Alright, so in this video, I'm going to use this opportunity to show you how you can actually connect two different web pages together. It could be web pages that are within your project folder or within your domain, and sometimes it can actually be to link to an external website, which they normally call that absolute link. And the one that is actually within your website, if you're linking to, let's say, from your About Us page to something like services page, it's actually called relative links. So we want to learn how to actually do that in this video, and it's actually a very simple thing to actually do. So let's see how we can actually accomplish that in the video. So far we have two pages already with our folder right here, and the two pages are actually index and that of the styles, and all of them have the extension of a HTML. Okay, so let's say for instance we want to link from our index page to that of the styles.html. So if I open the two files up right now, you see this is the index, and on opening that of the opening that of the second file, you see we do not actually have a way to actually link from here. We want a link that once we click on it, just like we did with that of the Google. Okay, so we basically have even done link before now, so you probably will understand what I'm about to do a lot faster than if we have not actually touched it before. Okay, so I want it in such a way that if I click on this particular link, like the way that it is right here, I want it to be able to take me to a page like this. Okay, so that's just what it is. So I'm going to go back right here, and what I'm going to do right now is that I want to open up that two files right here. Let's open that up with our editor. If I open that up with our editor right now, we're going to have it in here, and what I want to do is to just link from this page to that page. And by the way, I don't know if I explained this better before now, but just know that to create a link, we're going to need an anchor tag. Okay, an anchor tag represents that H in there. So I want to break this line right now by adding B right here, and I want to do that again. So we're going to create an anchor tag called A like this, and we can go ahead, any text that we want people to actually see, we can add it in here by doing something like, say, let's say I'm just going to say go to styles page. So this is basically the text that people are going to see. So I'm going to close this out. If we save this right now, the text is basically going to actually appear, but it's not going to like function properly like a link. So if you want it to function properly like a link, you need to add an attribute that is actually called href. And what this actually does, let's space that out right here, is that it's actually convert that text into a link, and also kind of designate where you really want people to go once they click on this particular text. Okay, so this is just like a locator right here, resource locator. So I want to tell you to go to a page called a style.css. For that reason, we just need to enter the page name. So it's actually called a styles.html like this. Okay, so that's just what the name is, and I want to save that right now. So if we go back to our index page and refresh, you notice that we have a link actually says go to styles page, and if I click on it, it's basically going to take us to this particular page. So I want to close this out right now and then click on that. You see that it takes us to that particular page. Okay, pretty cool. So that's just how to link your web pages. Okay, if you have like tens or hundreds of your web pages, this is just basically how we are going to be linking them together if the need ever be. Okay, so that is just that on that particular one. All right, so without wasting much time, let's say for instance, if you want to link to a page that is not actually within your project directory, just like we are doing right now, and we basically have actually done that before with this particular line right here, because we'll link to an external web page called google.com. Okay, so let's say for instance we want to link to something like let's say that we want to link to something like Facebook. We'll have to just do the same thing, and the difference between this right now and that which we have just done down here is the full path that we have in here. So if you take a look at this place, you see that we'll have the full path linking to that of the google.com. Okay, so we are going to have to enter the full path like https://www.google.com. So if I want to do that for that of the Facebook right now, all I need to do is to just make sure that the full path is actually there. So https://www. So I'm going to change this Google right now to Facebook. So this is going to be facebook.com like that. And if I go ahead and then click on that on my browser, it should be able to take me to Facebook. So let me change this to go to Facebook. Okay, so that's just basically what that is. So if I go back right now and I refresh this page, you see that we'll have a link. Let me break that link down one more time. So this is going to be BR like that, and if we save and then refresh our web page, we'll have that on a separate line. So if we click on go to Facebook, you see that it tries to take us to Facebook, and I'm not connected right now. Had it been that I'm actually connected, you're going to see that Facebook is going to be loaded on this particular web page. Okay, so that's just what that is, guys, to be able to link to an external web page. And then notice that the way that we're actually doing that, if we click on any of these links that we have in here, it tries to load that external web page, but then it gets out of our own web page. So we can actually prevent that. We can actually tell that to do not like close our own web page and then open up the external web page that we have actually opened. And that has to do with what we call target. Okay, so for that reason, we're going to just take a look at target right now in such a way that instead of closing our own website out, it should just be open on a new tab and then leaving our own web page opened on a different tab. So to do that, it's pretty simple. So I'm going to go back and then go to that place where we worked on Facebook right now. Let's make sure that we just everything is actually active. So what I'm going to do right now is just I'm going to add an additional attribute that I'm going to just call target, and I'm going to just set that to equal to, and I'm going to just enter underscore blank. Okay, and what this is actually going to do for us is to make sure that every time someone clicks on this go to Facebook, it's going to leave our own web page open, but then opens Facebook on a different tab. So let's make sure that is actually saved, and then if we refresh this particular web page and then go to click on this link that says go to Facebook, you notice that our web page is still open right here, but it opens facebook.com on a different tab. Okay, so look at our own website, it's still actually open, but it opens the other website on a new tab. Okay, and I wish I'm actually with my phone right now. Would have loved to actually be connected to the internet so that it's actually load this on every time, but that's all good. Okay, that's all good. I'm quite sure that if you take a look at my taskbar, see that I'm actually not connected. So but assuming that I'm actually connected right now, I should be loading the web pages, Facebook and whatever link that we're actually opening externally, it should be loading them the way that they should actually be. Okay, so that's just basically how to work with the targets. Okay, all right, so that's just basically what it is to have that particular one that talks about underscore blank, but there are some other values. For instance, the default one is actually called underscore self. Okay, so underscore self means it should reload within the same web page by leaving our own website. So if I refresh this page and then click on Facebook, you see that it tries to load Facebook, but then it has to like replace our own. So that's what it means to be underscore self. Okay, so another one that we can actually test is the one that is actually called the underscore parent. So I'm going to just say underscore parent. Let's just make sure we type parent right. So underscore parent right there. And this particular parent is actually going to open the linked document in the parent frame. So basically, all right, so we also have the one that is actually called underscore tab, like this. Okay, so you just basically need to just test them out. Test underscore tab, underscore parent, and that of the we've actually done self and that of the other one. Okay, so the blank and then that of the self. So you can go ahead and then do the testing yourself. Okay, so I'm going to just return this to maybe self and then leave it the way that it is right now, and let's forge ahead. And one thing that I did want to mention in this tutorial is that you see, some of these links that we're actually working on right now, like for instance, anyone that actually has a full path like this is actually called an absolute link, and the one that does not actually have a full path, the one that is just within your web page or within your, what is it called, the folder for web application, is actually called a relative link. Okay, so we have relative link right here, and this one that has full path is absolute link. All right, and then the one more thing that I did want to actually explain to you guys is that if you have a folder within a folder like this, let's say we have a main folder in here, and for instance, let's say we'll have another folder. I'm just going to call that forward, something of that nature. Let's just basically call this forward. Okay, so let's say we'll have a folder. This is actually a subfolder, and we'll have a file inside of it. Okay, so I'm going to just basically create a new page right now. Let me copy this page and then create a new page, and then try to save that particular page inside of that particular folder that we just called forward right now. So I'm going to click on save as, and I want to open up this page right here and then call this something like page1.html, and let's go ahead and save that. Okay, so we can actually change up a little things out here. So let's just call this so this is just basically going to be just page 1. Okay, and let's also change this to, let's just call that page 1, just something that will actually going to help us differentiate between that of the other page. So I'm going to take this away and I save that. And what I'm going to do right now is that if we want to, let's say basically want to link from this particular page right now to that particular page, I want you to know that you need to mention that particular folder name. Okay, so I'm going to copy this right now
now, and then go to, if I paste it down here, and then let's just change this to let's say go to forward folder. Okay, so let's just say that that's actually forward folder, but then we need to link to that the file that is inside there, because the file won't actually this is actually called page1.html, and I don't know why this is skipped. Let me just change that to lowercase letter. So this is going to be page1.html, and I want it to go to that particular for instance, if I save this for now and then try to access that page. So if we refresh this page right now, so if you're on this page right now, you'll refresh and you want to go to this forward folder, you notice that it's not basically going to access that particular page called page one. Okay, it's going to find it difficult to actually access that particular page. However, it's going to need that particular folder name first of all before you can actually do that. So I'm going to just say forward slash then page1.html. So this is basically what it is. So for that reason, if we go back to the index, let's refresh this page and then click on go to forward folder, you see that it gets to that particular file just fine without having any issues. So you did want to mention the folder name before you can actually mention the page name. Okay, and another trick that I also want to show you right now is, let's say for instance you want to link from this particular page right now out to one of the pages that we're having here. Let's say you want to link to the styles page right now. This requires some little tricks, but it's actually very simple to do. So what I'm going to do is, if I open up that page one and I want to link to, let me basically add a link right here. So this is going to be a tag. I'm going to just say href, and then we'll go ahead and set that to go to this particular page called the style. Remember that we're not going to just say styles.css. Okay, this is not going to work. This is going to fail. Okay, let's just say something like go back to styles page. Okay, so I want to close that out right here, save that. I want you to see that this is actually going to fail, guys. So if we click on this right now, you see that that particular page fails. Okay, so the way that this should be navigated should be in such a way that it should go, we should be able to add a double dot right here and then say /, meaning that we want this particular file called page1.html to actually go one step backward to be able to find this particular file. Because if you take a look at the folder structure right here, to be able to get to the file that is outside of this particular subfolder called forward, you need to just basically move one step backward. So this page one needs to move one step backward to be able to get to that. All right, so I don't know if you understand that, but if we refresh that web page right now and then we try to click on that, go back to that page, I think I don't know if I've done that correctly, but we're supposed to be able to get to that particular page. Let me check that link again. So this is style. Okay, we use the CSS in here. It should be HTML. Sorry about that. And let's save this and let's refresh the page again and then click on this link. And you see that it takes us to that particular page. Okay, so pretty cool, guys. So you just basically need to add // dot. You have to add .. that particular page name to be able to get to that particular folder name. Okay, so in the case of this, okay, if we have a page in a particular subfolder, but we want to move from that particular subfolder, I want to move a step backward to be able to access the file that is outside like this. Okay, so that's just pretty how that is actually done. All right, so one more thing that I want us to do right now is to be able to see how is it that we can actually open our mail software. If you want to, if you want to open our mail software with a link in our web page, you can actually do that. So I want to copy and paste that, which I already got, and let's say something like send mail. Someone just say send mail, and what we basically need to do this is to just, within this particular attribute called href, we just want to add mail to, and we can just say colon and then enter the email address that we want to actually send an email to. So in this case, this is going to be the lot of apps, which is basically my email at gmail.com. Okay, so let that just be the email. So I want to save this, and then if we go back to our browser right now, I want to go to that page, this particular page right now, and if I refresh and then click on this, and you see that it tries to open up our email app. Okay, trying to send an email app. Okay, and it's going to send it basically to that whatever email that you specified in that place. Okay, so let's say that you want to use that such a link as your contact email. You can go ahead and then put whatever email you want to use as the contact email. So once they click on the link, it's going to open up their mail software, whether it's Gmail or whatever mail that they're using, and they can rightly send you an email to whatever email that you actually specify right here. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did enjoy that, you just have to hit the like button and click the share button to share it with your loved ones if you actually want to share it with them. And if you're watching us on YouTube, I think it might be the right time to subscribe to us
And if you are on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, it might be the right time to actually hit the follow button to actually follow us. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.